should have gotten all the announcements right, or out there properly. So we should be all good to go in that regard. Now, we're going to be doing two different ones today, because there's actually the first one, the one that Mr. Javelin had sent over. It might not necessarily end up being too long of a fight there. I think it was like one or two teams, so we'll see how that goes. And then I wanted to actually start a bit of a challenge when it came to when it came to Armored Core 3. Which I just noticed I exited out of the link that I was looking for. I was trying to get Mr. Javelin's AIs, but figured, you know what, might as well start this off a little bit early. Go and get a few folks in here. So I'm kind of thinking what other rules we can slap onto this one to maybe add a bit more. I don't know, add a bit more flavor to this particular challenge team of his, because he said that these ones are supposed to be ridiculous. Like, they're apparently supposed to be something that is completely unbeatable, etc., etc. So here we go, Jay's Winchester. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to take all these 4 slots over here. So let's see. Let's go over here. Let's go to the mem stick. Let's go to save data. And let's just slap these suckers in there and give it a go. So he said that these are going to be crazy. I'm kind of tempted to go in here and say, you know what, screw it, we're going to do this with a hover build. But we'll see. We'll see. So we got to rebuild the teams, first of all. You know, we got to have something fresh every time. I feel like the Get Off My Lawn has been doing amazing. More Xenonauts? Not today. Not today. There's going to be more Xenonauts on Monday. And by the way, unfortunately, I spoke with the devs a little bit. Apparently, I can't show Xeno 2, so that was going to be a one-off thing for at least until I think they said the embargo is lifting in a couple months. So it's not like they're doing anything about it, but they basically said, okay, you know, everything is so experimental at this point that we can't show Xeno 2 yet. So either way, but yeah, there's been a lot of cool stuff there. But yeah, so there will be more Xenonauts on Monday. And I want to go through the XDiv run. Right now, the XDiv run, I'd say, is about halfway done, give or take. I know that realistically, yes, there are 4 phases. We've just started phase 2. You'd say, you know, that's quarter done. Basically, as far as steps on that one go, you basically have your first capture, your officer capture, leader capture. Then you go for, yeah. Well, I was planning to do some standard Xenonaut stuff after that until embargo is lifted. This is, yeah. Yeah, XDiv is awesome. That mod is just the absolute sexiness as far as strategy games go. But yeah. Alright, I'm kind of tempted to still leave the Starch Diet in here. I know it's not very good, but still. You know, memes are going to be memes. But yeah, so, because recently I've seen a lot of resurging interest in the original Xenonauts, which I was kind of surprised by. There's been a lot more discussion going on. It seems like there's been more folks coming out of here and there. I've actually seen a good few discussions pop up over on the XCOM side of things. Let's see, they tried to make it a light theme, dark theme forever. Well, yeah. Wait, are you talking about the Twitch one? Alright, so I need something weird looking here. Like, I want to go Chicken Head. I know Chicken Head's not very good. I just really want to have it in there. So, we're going to want something crazy here. So let's go Spread Bazooka Arms. Just kind of make the Pastel Nightmare something a little bit different here. Yeah, rockets. You know what? This could work. This could work. Yeah, I don't know. Dark themes are always going to look better. And by the way, I did a quick search just to see if I could replace that little marching gif up there from Tactics Ogre. I tried to find an Armored Core one. I couldn't find it, and I didn't really have time to go make one. So yeah, the only thing I could find was like some pixel art thing that looks almost like it might be from AC, but it's in Japanese, so I don't know what it says. And then another one that's one of the weapon switch animations from AC5, but it didn't have a transparent background, so blah. Anywho, let's go ahead and repaint this god-awful thing. Let's go for custom color. Yeah, let's maybe tone down some of this pink here. There we go. It's looking. Let's maybe make this all grayish, called the black ice. There we go. That'll be the black ice. Alrighty. It's looking stylish. Well, thank you for the bits there, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think, funnily enough, we actually did a Metal Gear team a while ago, and it worked out surprisingly well. I think I might even have this one loaded in if we want to go test it against this real quick. Because, yeah, I did, like, over 200-something teams for a little bit ago, so let's see. Are they in here? Maybe. Okay, Okay, they're not in this team. You know what? I should have them pulled up over here, though. Man, this is a really, really long list. Okay, let's see. Documents, PSP. Lots of different agreements and paperwork, and oh my goodness, why is all this stuff here? Okay, yeah. Should be here. If it's not here, I'm just gonna go back to it, because, might be a little bit of a thing to find. Let's see, yeah, here's all the different teams. Here it is, Metal Gear. So let's go ahead and slap this sucker in there. Alright, what team are we replacing? Let's say... Alright, first of all, what numbers are we looking for here? In 9001. Alright, let's replace whatever the hell 22 is. There we go, Team 22, you are now Metal Gear. Alright, let's load that sucker up. So yeah, went better than expected. Metal Gear! There it is. So yeah, surprisingly, the Rex was an experiment in actually getting the AI to kneel down to use a back cannon, which, yeah, it's really tricky to get them to do in this game. Yeah, they just completely didn't want to do it at all. But this is the first one to actually effectively do that. Not to mention when we did the massive tournament last year. Oh, hello there, Mr. Javelin. But yeah, when we did the massive tournament last year, this thing actually got some wins. So yeah, it's like basically a machine gun built into the core, a big old rail cannon that it has to kneel down to fire, and then a bunch of missiles and everything. Now we also got the Ray, the Shagohod, Peace Walker, and the friggin' Sahelanthropus, because that thing is garbage. Anyway, so let's... The Grid 1's AI capacity is over the limit. Oh no, it's too... the AI head is too stupid. Or the chicken head, sorry. Alright, let's go remove some of those points. I'm sorry, chicken head. You're just too dumb. There we go. Like, I love the look of this head. It's just so bad. A bit rainy. Yeah, I could do with a bit more rain here. Like, it's been hot as hell. Like, it honestly feels like Florida over here in Michigan. But there was this moment where yesterday I was like, oh, look, I'm gonna rain. I'm gonna be nice, you know. I'm not gonna have to walk over to water the garden or whatever. And we did that. And it rained. It rained. Yeah, no, it just drizzled for like 5 seconds and then went back to being 100 degrees and horrible. It's all crazy humid. So you just wanted to keep the humidity up, basically. But yeah, Mr. Javelin, I'm expecting... Like, I haven't loaded up the teams. I haven't looked at them yet. But after these teams, if there's time, I'm going to go and try to do some adieu run of AC3. So here's the Metal Gear. So yeah, it specifically tries not to fly. Its booster is disabled, but it honestly doesn't care. It'll just keep using it anyway. So yeah, it's not necessarily good, but as far as main builds go, you know, I found that pretty alright. I'd say this one, it's viable. The double bazooka arms gave me a little bit of trouble last time. That's why I figured I'd go ahead and make a build with that. Sorry, whatever. We'll let the Past Hell Nightmare stay like that, except we needed to get that thing renamed. So that thing was going to be the Black Ice. Because most of the time it's not a problem, then it just kind of hits you out of nowhere. Fun, fun, fun. Interestingly enough, it's how I ended up losing one of my cars a few years ago. Not actually because of the Black Ice itself, but because somebody else got into Black Ice, and then on the way back I was going and needing to change the tire. And I went to change the tire, and then I found out that they put the wrong tire with my car when I originally got it, which somehow over the course of, hell, I think I had that thing for like 7 years, never had to change a tire on it. And just never got a flat. And long story short, when I went and tried to drive with the spare, well, turns out that they specifically had one particular year of one particular model that used different bolts for no apparent reason. Say face Javi 4 middle AC in an exhibition? Yes, sir. But yeah, it was weird. So ultimately, the entirety of that thing's axle just kind of fused together upon trying to move. It was a bit of a rough time. Anywho, doesn't matter. Funnily enough, I still probably ended up getting a better deal on that one than I ever should have. Because it turns out, like old Mercedes convertibles, crazy reliable, also crazy cheap. Like, people assume they're expensive, and in so many cases that thing just opened doors because they're like, oh man, look, This guy pulled up in a Mercedes. Must be some serious business. It's like, yeah, this thing costs as much as a freaking Taurus. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Floaty Boy does not seem too good on the old dodge front here. I'm actually going to have to go shut off some stuff in the background here. Yeah, let's get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of this. Because we're getting a little bit of lag for some reason. Couldn't tell you why. Right. We'll scale down the resolution slightly, but there we go. In fact, I know why we're getting lag. Okay, I need to restart the emulator real quick, so we're gonna do that. Favorite mech or shooter game? Lost Planet 2. Mine's always AC3. It's just, AC3 is absolutely my jam in every possible way. It's like that perfect mix. Wait, wrong file? Oh, you mean for your new ones? That's what you wanted there? Alright, let's go right over links, I think. The one that actually says 4. Alright, sounds good. Well, let me reset this real quick, because basically what I did, I loaded this up from a save state, because I hadn't saved that team in forever. So more than likely that lag was due to the fact that it was still trying to store data from those last, like, 4 streams now. So there we go, Phallic Rex. But yeah, Last Planet 2 is pretty awesome. Got to play a little bit of it a good while ago, but never properly owned it. But it was dang good fun. Alright, this thing didn't turn out so hot last time. The core build is fine, but I think I want to go Fenrir and... yeah, there we go. Should be interesting. I want a snipey build. Nah, that lockbox is gonna suck. I think what we want is MG and Fenrir. Maybe even Pistol and Fenrir. I mean, Pixie 3 will do the job, Sylph will do the job, Silky will make everyone cry because of how horrible it is. Try Last Planet 2? I've tried it, it's awesome. I think I actually might own it on Steam. But yeah, it's really, really good. Maybe we'll go H3. I think like H3 and Fenrir should be a pretty solid combo. Let's give that a look, because yeah, this thing should have long-range DPS for days. I just need to give it a little bit more range. Because yeah, some of that range should bleed over to the pistol, and some of that pistol lockbox should bleed over to the rifle. So that should be all right. Let's see, what kind of range are we looking at here? Not bad, but we could do better. I think we're gonna go for this. Nah, yeah, we're gonna go for this. Best Robo lay with friends. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, yeah, I think we'll leave that as is, and we gotta give this a new name. Let's see. What are you? Call you Pointy Snipes. Sounds about right. Yeah, I'm just trying to slap in some new ACs here, so we're not just running the same ones all the time. Oop, accidentally became Pointy Spipes. There you go, Pointy Snipes. Goody goody. We'll go ahead and leave the Get Off My Lawn here, just because, yeah, I think it's probably going to wreck pretty well. And, yeah, the Beefy Mac, that's the last one that I want to redo here real quick. So, let's see, what do we want to give you? I kind of want to give him a grenade launcher. Last time I was saying double grenade launchers weren't allowed, so I think a regular grenade launcher should have just enough stun that you can get in for a punch. We'll give it a try. I mean, the look, aesthetically, it's pretty pleasing right now. So we'll assume that's fine. Realistically, it's probably going to need some work, but whatever. So yeah, exhibition match against number 4s. Let's give that a go. I'm assuming you mean the new team, number 4, yeah? Jay's Winchester 4. Okay, V001. And let's watch the starch die get completely owned because it does not work as an AC in any of the series. Hello there, Starch Diet. You are pretty AC, but my god, you're dumb. Okay. Oh, well, hello there, not get off my lawn. Oh, man. Interestingly, he's just slightly too far away. I'm gonna have to make sure to remember to have the let's see, GOML. We'll have the Gomel fight this. Come on, Star Giant, please somehow win this. Like, he's not too far behind either, is the thing. Like, he took some pretty rough hits there, but if this thing holds still for just a sec, he's fine. Yeah, no, he's gonna die. There we go. He died. Didn't do too badly, all things considered. But, yeah, the fact that he can't aim worth a crap is what's getting him. Alright, go ahead and let that be. So, alright, let's go ahead and get this thing going. So, first things first, let's go start with the first team. There we go, Jay's Winchester. Go ahead and drop a quick save right there. So first off, we have Primo. Let's see what Primo does here. Probably kills off the Starch Diet, let's be honest. So I'm just going to go the same thing. We're just going to go right to left and see how we do. And yeah, if we can get through all of the Jab teams today, then I'm going to start with the Adieu run. Alright, we've got Bazooka and Shoddy. Interesting mix. Let's see how that goes. So it's a light shot. He's not really getting too much damage off that. But he's holding still. He's holding still so the rockets can get him. Come on, Sarge Shy. Please get a win here. I just want you to get at least one. Yeah, the moment that he holds still, he's just getting pummeled. Although I think all he can hit with is the left rockets. See, this existed long before your Don't Get Off My Lawn. Well, I mean, that thing was from last year, though. You built this before that? Like, Get Off My Lawn was what I originally submitted to Buster's FF thing from last year. And then I just kind of remade it because I couldn't... Well, I didn't have the save file anymore, so I just remade it in this one. Oh! And he gets a win! There we go, that's the stuff right there. Okay, so next, the Syringe. Sounds like a syringe that has some kind of weird strain of bacteria in there. Alright, let's do this thing. AC3, last mission music. Okay, we got Ultimate Shoddy over here. This thing's just spray and pray to the max by the looks of it. Yeah, we got Finger, we got Alloy Shoddy, we got 9 micros on the back. All it's missing is Scatter Mines. I don't know if it has those. Okay, switched over to a basic pistol. They're winning right now. They're pretty much tied. He gets himself stuck on the plane, takes a bunch of rockets. Like, that's the thing. The DPS edge definitely going to this little guy, but, you know, Starchy's got that gusto. Let's see, modified the programming last week. Gotcha. And that miss. Alright, come on. Yeah, he's at a lefty rocket, so he probably won't be able to pull off anything here. Because that's the thing, the only reason that the lefty rockets hit are because it doesn't know how to aim, so it hits slightly off to the left. So it's accidentally hitting pretty hard. Oh, that got close though. He got him down to 1,000. Like, if his accuracy was even 5% higher, that wouldn't have been a contest. Alright, so there we go. Search Sight's eliminated. Let's let Black Ice step in and just completely wreck some faces. So there we go. Let's do this thing. Do it real good. But yeah, so there was a discussion I was having with a friend a while ago. That the next step up from doing a starter AC run, because everyone loves doing starter AC runs, right? But like the next step up from that, because I did a crossback run a while ago. That guy is pretty trash, but he still got some stuff to him. But the hands down worst one that I've ever seen in an arena, and the one that I always love to root for, is always Adieu, because that dude's build makes no sense whatsoever. And he's somehow just a flat downgrade of the starter AC, so, you know, wanted to give that a little bit of a look. So we're going to be attempting that run there. I'm actually not even sure if it's possible, because technically speaking, it takes almost every missile and almost every rifle shot to beat the Ophonym. So it's unclear. Yeah, so there we go. There's this little guy going. Almost. There we are. Dead. rip exploded. Let's give this one a go now. Fast forward just slightly here. He's the root. He's the ultimate rifle build. He's got rifles out of the everywhere, and by the looks of it, inside rockets as well. Like, these ones I always like. They kind of give you that nice for-answer kind of feeling. Oh, but he's getting punched. He's getting rocket punched real good. I have a slight feeling that these arms were originally, like, when they were at the drawing board and all that, that they were looking at it, they're like, we need a rocket punch. But we need something that doesn't look too out of place in this universe. They're like, let's stick 4 barrels on the end of each arm. Just shoots rocket bazookas, sure. Ah, that is some pretty decently acceptable coffee. Okay, this thing looks like the old version. The gaudy monstrosity. Okay, he's getting it. He's getting him so far. He's definitely a little bit faster, but yeah, he's relying a lot on long-range snipes. And that's the thing, with linear arms, you want to be kind of closer to mid-range. You don't want to get to long-range. Then again, he's likely not set up for that. He's probably supposed to be going for, yeah, he's probably going for just slightly on the edge of mid-range invasion. Alright. He might still win this just because for some reason Black Ice doesn't want to use its EO. I couldn't tell you why. Although if he's going to take hits like that, no he won't. Oh, and the AI is somehow figuring out to fire it from the air too. Alright, almost, come on, give him one last burst. Oh, just slightly off, come on, use your EO. What are you doing? I have no idea why he's not using his EO right now. Fire it! Do the thing! What are you doing, you chuckle nugget? Okay, apparently his AI has broken. He's decided that his EO does not exist. So that's always fun. But again, you never know what happens in this game. Sometimes the AI just decides... Oh, there we go. He's going for a dramatic finish, it seems. There we go. Little drama queen. Okay. The wretch. Oh, crap. Except let's do the thing where we actually fight it instead of going manual. Because manual doesn't work in this game. You'd think it would, and there's plenty of people that have gone through the first time thinking, oh man, I don't want in on this whole AI thing. I can do this myself. That AI mode's for rookies or something. And yeah, myself included going through that. The AI intentionally, or the manual mode intentionally does not work. It's a bazooka party. Oh man. Oh man, he's getting wrecked real good though. If he got a 4-shot burst, that would have been the end of him. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. You know, take some losses. Take some losses, keep on going. And let's test out the sniper. The sniper! The hallway music. Yeah, there we go. It's not super amazing, and it probably would lose pretty hardcore to an MG build. But it's not bad. Like the Fenrir and the mid-energy EOs tend to plink real hard. Plus he's set up for a missile evasion, I forgot about that. And yeah, pistol's pretty reliable for close range. It's a bit more walky than I'd like, but it's not that bad for a sniper build. Like, come on, you just need one more shot. Don't get hit by that. Ah, he got close. He was alright. And alright, let's put the get off my lawn in here and then just sweep, I suppose. Yeah, that snipe AC. I probably should have just gone for a rifle or something like that. Look for one of the special lock rifles. Probably would have been a bit better, but I wanted to go for that mix of different damage types. Alright, now for the get off my lawn, to get everybody off his lawn. Yeah, why are they walking so much? That's another thing. kind of feel like the AI is a little bit broken today. What is he do? What is he doing? Like, the other one didn't want to fire his EO. This one doesn't want to fly all of a sudden. What? Maybe I should restart the emulator. Because these AIs ain't working right. Or maybe it's because I keep reloading that same way. Yeah, retry. See if it still does the same thing. Because all of their AIs are not acting like they should. But you never know. You never know. Stuff just goes weird with this game sometimes. Which is a shame, because the concept would have been amazing if they, went and stuck to it a little bit more. Yeah, what is he doing? It's weird. I mean, now he's doing a bit more like he used to, but it's like they don't want to use EOs. They don't like. Maybe they're just having an off day. Maybe somebody started an AC union. It's like, nope, you get time off now. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's the get off my lawn I'm used to. That's more like it. And now he's walking again. His walking tendency is set to 0. That's why I'm wondering why the hell he's walking. He's got energy. He should be doing boost hops. He's set up for boost hops. He's just decided that he doesn't walk now. Alright, I think what we're going to do, I'm going to go do a hard save, and I'm going to do a complete restart of the emulator. Because I think that might be what's going on there. So let's go ahead and give this a bit of a save. As you do. There we go. Save it right there. Exit out and restart real quick. There we go. And yeah, I think we'll, I'm noticing some weird visual jank at the top. What a weird day. Alright. So, first of all, I mean, if we're redoing stuff anyway, let's go ahead and make some alterations. So, we gotta start from the top here. So, first of all, I need something with a bit more range. Like, I'm thinking, hell, we might as well just go light bazooka, I think. This thing's big issue was that it just basically didn't have any long-range punch to deliver. So we'll do that. Beefy Mac, we'll see what he does. Hello there, Null Vortex. I don't know if the uptime thing even works. So okay, we start this again. Let's see, and I think I want to go for spread rockets on these back ones instead of what he's already got. Either spreads or bursts. Alright. Now let's load up that team. Okay, so we start off with Primo. Start off on that same map. We might end up having to just go for a different map, I think. We'll see. All will be known in time. We'll see if he gets lucky again against this guy. Because, again, the starch diet is a joke. He is made purposely bad. Alright. So he's still going all zoom everywhere. Come to think of it, that walking thing happened to you as well. Yeah, it happens a lot. It's just sometimes the game just janks out. You gotta restart the emulator, just restart the game. Like, its AIs will just suddenly decide that it doesn't want to do what you tell it to do. It'll suddenly just start walking for no reason. Other times, like, I think my favorite one was the one that let Adieu get as far as he did. Because it was Adieu versus frickin' Evangel. Okay? Like, Evangel is overpowered by every comparison next to him. Like, he's basically better in every possible category by, 5 times or more. Doesn't even matter because Evangel decided his gun doesn't exist. So he's just there aiming the thing at him, but he refuses to fire. So who knows? And then he just throws it away. Oh man, he got close. He got real close here, but... yeah, last time was definitely a fluke. Again, the starch diet is a joke. That's the point. So let's go ahead and swap this out for the black ice. I will let that thing do its whole sweepy tie business and move on there as well. But yeah, just generally speaking, that's why it's kind of weird to have some tournaments in this. Like the whole 5v5 thing worked alright because if some janks out, you know, it just keeps on going. Doing a lot of it off of 1v1 format, especially doing it like one fight at a time, you're not really gonna get an accurate idea just because of the amount of things that can potentially break. Not to mention, like, there are times, for example, you know, during the tournament or whatever from last year, there were a bunch of times that I had to just rerun fights, and I didn't even like bring up those rerolls of fights because, quite frankly, like it got to the point in some cases where it's like, are you specifically trying to get one thing to win? It's like, no, I just want its AI to work, you know. So there we go. That was pretty dang close. I think that's what happened to the to Strange last time, because like it definitely like it just got itself stuck over and over. So it could have been what happened there. Why the old Starchy did a winning, as it were. Oh wait, whoops. It's not that one. We're apparently on the third one now. There. My bad. My bad. Actually, come to think of it, did we redo that first one? I think I might have selected the wrong one. We'll see. I think I have to go back and redo that first one. Like, the fact that the AI completely does not understand what yellow lock is another little aspect of this. Like, for example, this map will completely screw high single shot damage builds, as you saw right there, because they will immediately go down that hill and they're like, oh man, look, I'm gonna shoot straight through this hill. So yeah, that's how's that working out for you? Oh wait, I hit manual because I'm a dumbus. Hang on, I'm getting all confused with my buttons. There we go, that one, except we go for this. And we can continue, and then we let go of the button. There we go. Sorry for the confusion there. That's a bug that happens if you open up the menu while holding the fast forward button. It just puts it into a state of permanent fast forward, which might be a fun way to do an AC3 run at some point now that I think about it. Yeah, there we go. He's going to waste his first few shots as he does. And rip. Rip and dead. Rip and dead. Right. And then we get to number 4. Yeah, so, you know, if you're interested in AI tournaments, by the way, there have been a couple AI tournaments that folks have done for Verdict Day. What little I saw of those tournaments looked really fun, but it's probably the closest that we got to a proper, effective 1v1, you know, type AI tournament that's still existent. Actually, I really wanted to participate, but this was after I'd already sold my my PS3 and all that. But yeah, it looked really cool. Like, that's the thing, Verdict Day, despite the fact that it's a little complicated as far as setting up the AIs, those AIs are amazing. Like, especially comparing, you know, like, let's say Silent Line or Formula Front or whatever, those AIs are just on point. You can give them specific ranges, specific firing angles, like, you can get crazy specific with your instructions, and they'll do them. And this guy still refuses to use CEO for some reason, so he is now gonna die. Fine, fine, fine. Alright, so next up we got this guy. Make sure that we're fighting the right one. There we go. Although, speaking of weird AIs, recently I'd gone and, well, I was getting my wife a late birthday gift, and she wanted CTR. So, I've never seen AIs that, like, that look like they're cheating so much. Technically speaking, they're just making use of a bunch of very, kind of hidden away mechanics, as it were. But man, the AI feels like it's cheating. Like, I'm sitting there watching her get frustrated with the race over and over because they just refuse to go at a normal speed limit. They're just always at maximum acceleration, always speeding around corners because they're using all kinds of little fiddle tricks to get around corners and everything, and this is, like, on normal. But, yeah. Why is the stream AC3 in the category? Because I'm going to be doing AC3 as well, and just can't be bothered to change it. Switch over to you. Let's switch over to you. Two of my AIs completely don't even function. But I was supposed to do this without any meta-type stuff. So we'll do as we do! Just don't go walking there, Mr. Shotgun Buddy. You verdict there, both. The thing is, there's really no point in getting ACV at this point. The single player, it's alright. Like, I definitely wouldn't call it the strongest in the series. It's pretty fun. What are you doing? Swear, you'd assume that there were generator jammers in this sometimes. But yeah, no, he's just overheated. But yeah, Verdict Day still has an online community and everything. So there's that. Ultimately, we might just try a different map here. But alright, there we go. Let's go for the last one then. Beefy Mac. And we're going to need to go rebuild these AIs a good bit. Also, you know what? I think I might as well... I think I can technically just switch it over to the proper category. Because, okay, there was an older Twitch thing. To kind of explain, that's kind of last year when I started doing this. There was a thing where if you switch the category, it would automatically save it as two different things. And in this case, it seems like it probably just updated the category. Alright, well, he's doing not so bad so far. Minus the whole, you know, that thing. It's hard to say with this map. Like, sometimes it's, sometimes this map feels like, you know, it's all fair and good and everything. Other times it feels like it's messing with the AI. Like, in this case, he's just getting outfought. Although he did almost get that parry on him. That would have been pretty awesome. It's okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's rebuild these AIs into something a bit more actually threatening. It's okay, Starch Diet. As nice as this whole rock theme is, I think we need to go a little bit nuts with you. So let's go... Yeah, lefty rockets are fine. Righty rockets are not. So I think... Now we'll go for the giant. And then we got spread shots back here. I think if we go just like for a full spread shot type situation with this guy, that might be potentially fun. So there we go, 6-shot spread. Oh, this thing's stupid looking. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. It probably won't win anything. Again, Starch Die will always be the joke one. This one I'm going to switch it back over to the linears. Because that did way better. So we'll go ahead and do that. Kind of back to the drawing board. Just for a little bit. Need to make a few changes and adjustments and all that kind of some suchery. Again, I would be using napalms and stuff like that if they were allowed. But I'm not allowing any meta-type setups. So, he's already got anti-missile. I feel like his ammo capacity was the kind of big issue. With the linears, sort that out perfectly fine. And we want to go for heavier hitting micros on the back there, so we'll just go for that. That should be fine. With pointy snipes, your AI needs to be fixed. Also, you need a bit of a long-range tendency. I don't remember if I actually set him up for that. Yeah, definitely go for long range. Go for stable. Yeah, his run is at 0, so, or almost at 0, so there was no reason he should have done that. Let's set him up for defensive. And we'll see how well this goes. Alright, and I think maybe we just go double snipes on him, or maybe just regular rifle. What's the range on this thing? Let's see, 387, those are some rookie numbers, we can do better. Alright, this thing almost has the same range, actually. Okay. 990, that might stun, it might just completely whiff. Let's see, we got 450 on this, but we got special lock. Specials are pretty handy with snipes. Maybe, it's got a bigger hit area, so it could work. It could just work. Now, to get off my lawn, I think I need to set him up for slightly closer range then. Even though he's already, like, way in there as far as close range goes. I thought I set him to stable before, maybe not. So no run whatsoever. I don't know why that would even be there. He's supposed to just dash forward. So I Might have just been missing a thing there, and alright, there we go. No operations or anything. He's fine. He's all well and beautiful. Alright, this guy needs side armor if I've got any... No, I don't have any left over. What else can we give you? I don't remember if I go for ground torpedoes, maybe. No, I don't know why ground torpedoes would be useful, but still. Okay, we got better recovery. What if we go for better energy recovery, but then we also give him, like, a laser cannon on his left arm? It's like 800 over, so that's not gonna work. I think it's about 1,000 over, and that's definitely not gonna work. This thing is pretty awesome. It doesn't really have any stun to it, which is kind of what he needed there. Or I could go back to the flamethrower. The thing is, he doesn't really have the turn speed to make the flamethrower work, so I think the grenade's gonna do just fine for him. Not ideal, but it'll work. Alright, let's do this thing again. I think we'll go from the front back this time, just to save us a little bit of time. So, pointy snipes, you're going to be going in first. It's the theme for waiting for power to be restored. Which, yeah, I gotta say, sad thing yesterday. Had a relative that basically had lost power there. And it's just weird because we have all this other crazy weather, and then we just have this tiny little drizzle that lasts for 5 seconds, and it destroys their power. What happened there? Alright, he's getting some snipes in. Yeah, that's some long range you got there, pal. I love the AI in this game, man. Oh, it's so stupid. Like, get into long range. Oh, you mean go clean out their nostril? Okay, you got it. I swear, sometimes you get a better success rate trying to explain stuff to a toddler. Yeah, you know what? This works better. Because basically the Fenrir, it does at least decent against everything. It does fantastic against anything with low energy defense. Because we're talking like almost grenade launcher levels of damage with a ton of really good accuracy on it. Its fire rate isn't too bad, but it's also, you know, it's limited on its shots. Has to be the wind. It's all the wind. Okay, for a second there, I thought you were actually... Okay. I was really confused there for a minute. Because, the other day, we go to the pool, right? And it has to be the wind. Oh, wait, you're talking... Okay, you're talking about the power thing. No, there wasn't even much wind. It literally just drizzled for a little bit, and then it went back to being horribly humid and hot as hell. Like, it's one of those ones that, people with Florida would be really familiar with it. But it's that feeling where you walk outside and it's just like, oof, just like insta-drenched the second you step outside. Like, just, basically you need a shower from half a second out the door kind of situation. Yeah, there we go. This is doing better. This is doing better. I mean, he wouldn't stand a chance in close range, but still. Unfortunately, most of his Fenrir shots have bounced off. And or just completely whipped. It's just, yeah, he's getting some decent snipes, but it's the Fenrir that's really keeping the pace of the fight. So as soon as he runs out, he's kind of out of pressure, but still. Like, if it would use its EOs more, I don't know why the AI just hates its EOs lately. There we go. If you would just use them suckers and keep them out. You know, keep your EOs out, dude. There we go. Very close fight. See? Slight adjustment, and everything's all good now. That's all we needed. Needed to actually think about the builds for a moment. Anyway, let me go switch this over to Formula Front then, because that's what I was saying that I would do. We've got Mr. Rifle DPS here. Yeah, if we're going for rifle on rifle, Linear and Fenrir is definitely going to win it. Because that's the thing. That, very good, like, consistent DPS, but He's having a little bit of a little trouble staying on target. Might want to go for maybe the close range FCS or something like that. Again, I don't know for sure what kind of builds they're using, just so you know. I'm just throwing observations out there. But, anywho. So let's see how Snipey Snipes does against this. There we go, let's change that. There we go. So there we go, it's Formula Front at the moment. And then yeah, if we get through all these in a reasonable time, that's when I want to do that U run. Ah, those good snipes. Man, I am loving this right now. See, the thing is, the Fenrir has basically no lockbox. It's 0 lockbox and it's only got 10 shots. But if you pair it with something with a special box, the special will basically override whatever else is going on there. So it ends up working really well for sniper builds, especially right here. So I probably would have gone, with that last build, probably would have gone for maybe burst rifle or something like that. Fun thing is putting the map on random? God, no. No, no, no. We're not putting the map on random for 2 reasons. One of them, I'm basically just reloading a save state to speed this up. So, first off, that random will always be the same because it reloads the seed the moment you go into the menu there. Would it be a seed in that case? Whatever. It reloads what map it'll go with the moment that you go into the menu. But then other times when it comes to the actual map choices, what I'm doing is I'm basically selecting one map for one entire team, and then I'm basically just doing it like that. Ooh, got a little bit toasty-fied there. The reason that I'm doing it is, again, because there's certain maps that on random just do not work. Like, stuff like the reactor map, where ECM builds, functionally speaking, are just nigh unbeatable. Some stuff just straight up won't work there, because they decided that ECM has to be tied with how well your AI actually works. There's certain maps, like for example the close range hangar map. That one will just allow both to get their burst shots off at the same time, so for any build that has the potential for overheat, that will essentially mean that the fight's decided from the very first half second that it starts, which, on one hand, it's kind of cool putting it that way. On the other hand, it's really frustrating to see that happen. So there we go. We'll go Yeri block next, just to kind of nerf the sniper here. Because snipies, well, it depends. Sometimes snipers do really well on this map. Other times they just don't hit a single shot in their entire fight. It is what it is. And one thing I'm actually tempted to do, by the way, if anyone's interested in this, down the line, I've mentioned before that there's a lot of awesome cheats that work for the PS2 version, and a lot of other, neat stuff that can be done. Now, technically speaking, while emulation for it is a massive pain in the rear, like, anything Armored Core related just doesn't want to emulate whatsoever, unless you've got a dang supercomputer. And unfortunately, the only ones actually hosting tournaments of that caliber are over in Japan, and they only do so every few months. But if I were to figure out a way to get my PS2 to be able to use those cheats, get like a screen capture type situation, and kind of just do that off original hardware, and then, like, say people send in builds and I can just remake them in the PS2 version, would you guys be interested in that? God, this is super close. Holy hell. Nice. Okay. That was awesome. That was awesome right there. That was, like, down to the dang wire. Alright. Next one. I'm really happy with Pointy Snipes right now. He's doing his job real good. He's a good snipey boy. What's up, kiddo? Alright, that's fine. You can have that. Weird. And daughter is just dancing around with a turtle. I don't know if 2 years old counts as a toddler still, but it's like little kids are amazing with the kinds of things that they randomly find fascinating, or the things that they find serious. Like sometimes she'll just be, coming up with a stuffed animal or something. It's like, this is the most serious business in the world. Look at this stuffed bunny. It's so fluffy. I don't understand how this bunny's so fluffy. Just, it's good times. It's good times. There we go. I don't know what he was even about, but he's dead now. Moving on. F99. Yeah, this is doing alright. So you could play online with your PS2 hardware via Excellent Kai with other people? I mean, I suppose. I don't think there's any way to get Formula Front to go online. See, the reason that I mentioned the PS2 version is because, I forget if you were here for the last ones. The way that the game works, it's supposed to be a 5v5 format. If it were possible to get the PSP version to be online, like if you could convince it to go online against itself, then for all intents and purposes you could have a way to use the 5v5 format. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much of a way to do that. I haven't really looked too deeply into it. I remember somebody telling me that it was impossible. 9-breaker and LR? Yeah, that mess would be pretty dang fun. But yeah, so that was kind of the thing there. That, like, the 5v5 format is amazingly fun. The way that it's balanced, the way that everything works, is just the way that the game should have been played. And the way that it's meant to be played. So this is, like this, for example, it works as far as 1v1s go, but it's not what the game was designed for. Oh my goodness, I am loving this build right now. Ah, he's just some little Terminator over here. This is beautiful. Alright, Mr. Vile. See what's going on here. But yeah, 9-breaker, I don't actually have my copy of 9-breaker anymore. I can order in another one, though. Still expecting videos on that, by the way. You know who you are. Expected those dang 9-breaker runs. Anyway, and then, yeah, Last Raven I still have. But, I don't know. I mean, Last Raven Portable you can get going online just fine. I guess really when you've got Last Raven, you've got a cheat disabling parts damage and stuff like that. There's really not too much need to really go for the original version, or to go for 9-breaker rather. Not to mention the PSP version actually does pretty well as far as stability goes. Actually, Silent Line has been the most stable so far. There's dedicated Discord to online matches for that, and yeah, sometimes you just get ones that are just like completely crystal smooth, and it's awesome. Oh, Mr. Snipes. Okay, this is like a micro missile spam build. I'm not sure why he's got the mid rockets on there, but that's an interesting. I want to call that thing the Evolved Diligent. Okay, was that the Hopper or was that the Vial? That was the Vial. Okay. So I've got the Hopper. Please be a quad railgun build. I love quad railgun builds. Why did I not use one of those for this again? Like, I think one of my favorite things I've ever seen in Formula Front is Cow's Grasshopper. Because it's literally just like bazooka arms and a railgun quad, and it just like gets up in somebody's face, does the 8-shot bazooka arms, and then just basically finishes them off with railgun snipes. It's awesome. Because the thing, like, it was just super stylish about it. Because it would just like hop in the air, hop over their head, do a quick 180 while charging the railgun, just like basically 360 no scope with a railgun. It was pretty awesome. Or I guess 180, but whatever. You know, you gotta reference the memes and whatever. Actually, a friend sent me a thing the other day of just how horrible MW2 lobbies were back in the day. Just like an old recording. It's like there's toxic, and then there's basically online Chernobyl that people willingly took part in. Just it was always the worst. Truth be told, there was no part of MW2 that just wasn't a stressful experience, but oh well. Okay. Oh yeah, we need a new map. So we got Hector here. Is there going to be an Achilles on the team? I don't know. Alright, so we're going for another one of the fair maps here. We'll go for the Highlands. Like, basically my idea of fair maps is anything where they don't immediately have the option to... Like, unless they have a super specialized build or something... Where did my... Oh, no. Well, that's a problem. I might need to step away for a moment to go find my phone. Ooh. Oh, he tried to go for the glitch. Yeah, there's a glitch on the Highlands map that they'll immediately try to fly out of bounds, but he didn't have enough energy to do it. Which worked out pretty well. But yeah, my idea of a fair map is anything that doesn't affect the PCM and doesn't allow both of them to get an instant shot on each other. Now, in some cases, they'll still have line of sight, but only from really far away. So, for example, sniper builds would get an advantage in those cases. Odds are they won't get a chance to hit anyway, because with the super close range maps, just due to shot velocity, they're never going to miss. Or at least almost never going to miss. Like, if it's an ultra lightweight, they might dodge it, but realistically, it's not likely to happen. Alright, there we go, we're going for another one. So I'm gonna... Hang on, while this fight goes, I'm just gonna go ahead and believe in the snipes here. While this one's going, I'm just gonna step away for just a moment, so hold on. Alrighty, and back. So it looks like Pointy Snipes won another one. What we got next? We got Henry. But how many versions were there? Is he the 8th? Do we have to worry about him going around and remarrying constantly? Do we have to worry for France? I don't know. It's unclear, but we'll find out. Yeah, that doesn't look like somebody that'll choke on a chicken leg. I think we're right. I think that's how he died. I can't remember right now. Occasionally get old-timey monarchs mixed up. Man, he's got the moves, though. Like, this, honestly, that... whatever it is with this guy, with that ultra-defensive sniping setup, it seems to work pretty well. Like, he's got enough armor to survive Plink, so he's taken the... He's dodging most of the missiles, he's taken the ones that he needs to just fine. I would assume... Okay, so heavy heat builds, he's been surviving just because his recovery's really good. So basically most jamming builds he should just be able to kind of out-juice, as it were. I guess it's just really evasive ones that should be his kryptonite here. I'm almost tempted to actually put this guy into the tournament now. Because right now, I mean, he's done better against these arguably more broken builds. But yeah, so I think I'm going to experiment around with a Formula Front for the PSP here, because I think there must be some way to play online against yourself, and that would allow that whole 5v5 thing to work, which would mean people could just send in team files, which would essentially mean that A, it's a hell of a lot easier to set up when you're actually doing a tournament, especially, like, for example, for somebody like TBM. Like, I mean, folks show up to this, but generally speaking, if like TBM were to host one, or at least were to announce it, or hell, maybe we could do the whole co-hosting thing. I doubt that would work. Probably just due to time zone stuff, but still, you know, something like that. Oh, he might win this just on account of running out of shots. Come on, use those EOs. What are you doing? Use those EOs, you fool. You've got 36 of them. Why does the AI hate EOs so much? It's like, no, let me think about it. Ah, you fool. Okay. So apparently, he's not exactly Henry VIII, but either way. Let's move on here. So I think Black Ice is going to be the next one on the list. See how he does. This streak is broken. Man, I want to see more out of Pointy Snipes. He's got the moves. Maybe I will allow team resets per each fight. Nice. Come on, switch over to heat mode. Overheat this guy. Actually, yeah, I guess that kind of answers it. So, long-range energy builds are that thing's kryptonite. And yeah, that's the thing with this map. Like, stuff like the Sawa, where it's generally, its limitations are kind of outdone by the fact that fights are generally pretty short. They tend to do really well here, just because they can outlast everybody else. Alright, so far so good. Alright, that's the worst decision you could have made, but alright. That's fine. Sure wish you would actually fight him! Don't lose now! He's going for the stylish finish again. Oh, come on now! Black Ice, you did that completely wrong. Alright. Let's put the get off my lawn in there. In fact, no, I want to see if a parry blade can beat this guy. He probably won't. But it just would be really cathartic to see that happen. Yeah, I would assume he's probably using one of the two high-performance generators. Probably should overheat pretty easily. He's just using the whole running away sniping type situation. Yeah, this guy's got pretty solid energy defense, so in a DPS race, he's not doing too badly. Starting to get behind, though. And all he wants to do is keep charging. Wonder if there's a way to make a defensive parry build. And once again, he's got full EOs, but he doesn't want to use them. There we go. That was just depressing. What is wrong with you AIs? Do what I am telling you to do. Alright, next one. Yeah, the heat output from the Sawa is a bit of a problem for this one. Right, come on, get that burn going first. They've got pretty similar turn speeds. Yeah, there we go. Use that shell. Yeah, DPS they're pretty similar. It's because, yeah, that's Sawa, man. It's a full optional Sawa by the looks of it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this one to cause trouble either. I think, again, it's probably the map. Just because the Sawa absolutely thrives off these kinds of setups. Oh, come on, get him. Oh! Oh, it's a very slight win. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. He wins it. Oh, whoops. So yeah, for the purposes of this fight, these three are down. So we've got Get Off My Lawn and the other one, Mr. Starch Diet. Next we got Tail. And let's move on here. But yeah, it's the map. So then again, I'm kind of wondering if this map counts as fair right now. Like, that's part of the reason that I wanted to do so many of these. Which is because I'm trying to figure out like a kind of quote-unquote perfect rule set for a 1v1 type setup. Alright, so we got Finger, and it looks like... What is that? Yeah, Pixie 3, I believe. So full-on light DPS type setup. Yeah, I think Get Off My Lawn's got this one for sure. It's just close range bursts. He's got more armor, he's got more DPS, so that'll answer that. And the fact that this guy's got more shell defense won't really matter because Wyvern 2, so there's that too. Now, when it comes to longevity, like right now, he's not able to keep up, and he's still got the Finger. Afterwards, yeah, after the Finger runs out, it's just all over. He just lost about 2,000 AP from a Mind Burst. I always love when those things hit, because they always, like, knock them to the ground. Just looks like a get down kind of move. It's awesome. Anywho, that puts us over to George. Did you name those two after monarchs? I don't know. It's unclear. Uh-oh. The music went away. What happened? Is it asking me if I want to keep watching? Yes, I do want to keep listening, please. Keep speaking! Alright, looks like we got Gatling, and what's that in the hand? An H3, I think? Or no, that's Pixie 3. Or no, is that Spread Bazooka? That's Spread Bazooka. It's hard to tell sometimes. There we go. Oof. Well, that is the, you know, the look of somebody getting hit by an oncoming train. Okay, so that is number 3 done. Now, okay, so there's 2 teams left. Now, for the purposes of why the hell not, we're gonna try to do this as far as just having 5 versus 25. If and when these two end up going down, I'm gonna allow the other ones to be used just to keep the kind of team versus team thing going. And then yeah, if the entire team's gone, then that'll just count as a complete loss. But I'm gonna at least try to do the whole one team versus everybody thing. You know, I say try, it's more like the trying part has already happened, right now we're just watching. Okay, we got big old plasma, we got little Gatling. Not too worried. The thing is with the Gatling, it's very effective versus lightweights. Midweights and everything else, less so. Like, it's moderately effective versus midweights. It's about as plinky as anything else when it comes to heavyweights. But its accuracy is the main thing. That's why I'm saying it's mostly effective versus lightweights. Alright, that cannon's really tearing faces, though. Because he's refusing to get close. He should be almost out of shots, but yeah, no, he got him. He got him. Fair and square, so okay. Back to it then. Let's see if the starch dye can somehow pull that out. He can't. Yeah, the completely experimental guy that can't do anything. Let's do that. And then yeah, we're just gonna count it as a team thing when this guy dies. So I'm pretty sure pointy snipes can beat that pretty effectively. Because that plasma cannon is not terribly accurate. It is completely heavy though. Oh yeah, that's looking promising. Oh, if he wins, I'm gonna feel like a douche, but yeah, that's not gonna happen, so I don't have to worry about that. Like, the thing that would have to happen here is a rapid-fire switch that won't even happen. So he would have to hit with a spread bazooka, follow that with a perfectly timed shot with the lefty, and then follow that up with a close-range burst from 6 shots. Is that gonna happen? God, no. I think if I went for dual spread bazookas or something, you know, maybe he could pull off something here. He's got some inside rockets left. His accuracy leaves something to be desired. It's okay. Back to the warmonger. Alright, let's put Black Ice in here, see how he does, and remember to actually do the quick save. Whoops. Alright, did every part of that wrong. So let's switch over the map. There we go. Let's switch this over to the Black Ice. And yeah, we're fighting the Warmonger, so there we go. Let's do this thing. Yeah, this guy's got energy defense, so he shouldn't have too much of a problem with this cannon here. He's doing pretty alright surviving the heat. The thing is, if you have something to back up its heat output, like for example, the Sawa shoots fast enough that its heat output becomes a legitimate threat, which is what was going on with the Henry. Because all these guys are pretty much going for maximum offense, and then just kind of survivable defense. Which is generally what you want to go for in Formula Front. You just want to be able to disable the other guy first, so standard fighting kind of rules, I suppose. You can have the best defense in the world, eventually something will get through, so you might as well be the one getting that first shot through. I forget how the saying goes, but whoever gets the first punch in gets the first 3 free or something like that. Alright, yeah, this guy's got no chance. We've got Light Bazooka and we've got Orbits. In fact, this guy even seems out of place. What is he doing here? A little bit bizarre. Alright, he's going for inside, or he's got inside rockets of some description. I'm assuming they're napalms by that heat output, if I were to guess. I mean, he's winning. I guess I can't fault him for that. He's not doing bad. No idea what Black Ice is doing here right now. He's like, nah, I guess I'm bored of actually trying to win anything. It's just plain bizarre, so he's probably gonna die here. So yeah, those orbits are gonna put a bit of a clock on the fight. Yeah, didn't even use his EO until the very end there. That's fine. We've got the snipey one. Let's see how he does. Just annoying. Some bug or something bit me on the top of the head. It's annoying. Alright. I gotta say, it definitely doesn't look threatening, but he did a real solid job there. It's like, I love how it's all the ones that look really unassuming that have been the biggest threat so far. Alright, there we go. He's winning on DPS. He's got a beat on him. That should be the end of it. Like, this one's big thing seems to be whittling down with that bazooka from long range. MG is just there for decoration, I suppose. And or anti-lightweight, if I were to guess. And then the orbits are just there to put a timer on the fight. Right, he's doing okay, come on. Just a little more here. And he's got him. Alright. Good job, Snipey. So, VW5. Snipey, let's see, we got one Snipey, let's see, I think we have Get Off My Lawn still. Because he technically lost in the last one. I don't think he lost in versus this team. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't. Don't know. It's hard to keep track sometimes. Also, let's go for the crazy cameras this time around. So we're going to go for maximum cinematic mode. Mostly because I just want to see that crazy, like, 9-way split screen type situation. Whoever made this cinematic camera was, I don't know, drunk or something. So it's Battle of the Snipers here. I love the aesthetics of this one, with its with both rifles looking very very nice next to each other. But I don't think he's gonna win. Oh, it sure would be nice to know what he's actually shooting at. But all right, cool. Let's go for that cinematic shot. Go spaz out next to the booster. Come on, show me that big old crazy split screen. The AI being all twitchy. Alright. Bit of a side note, for anyone here that might still be here from the Xenonaut side of things, just reading over a couple posts, because I wanted to see what was new on that side of things. Oh, is he going to lose again because he ran out of shots? Because he decided to chuckle about half the fight? Use your frickin' EOs! My god, man! Yeah, there we go. They're your only weapon. Come on now. Oh my goodness. Feel free to, you know, shoot anytime. This is just a complete shooting fish in the barrel. He's literally in a big old land barrel. There we go. Stop going for the dramatic finish! I wish there was a little menu that could pull up and said, okay, look, stop being a moron, use your EOs. Because, like, look at that. He had probably 20-something shots left. He just didn't want to use it. Like, no, I'm too busy for this. I got stuff to do. You know, what the hell is that, man? Frustrating. Frustrating because he should have won that by all accounts. Alright, and then that leaves the Beefy Mech. So we'll see how this one goes, and then after that we're still going to be doing Team 5, so no worries about that. In fact, hell, I'm almost inclined to say that should have been a win, but where do you draw the line for those? Ready then? Come on, get him with that parry. Did he just scratch him with a parry? He did bleed out for a second. And he was definitely within range to hit, and I think I heard a slight scratch. And it certainly wasn't a positive hit, but still. I mean, it's not like this guy is completely worthless without that parry. I just really wanted a parry blade in there. I mean, realistically, if I gave this guy, let's say, a shotgun or something like that, he'd be pretty intimidating. Right. Only a few shots left on that grenade rifle. Starting to lose some of his mobility. Right, that was just some crap. Right, still going for it. He's got 5 stabs left. Almost! Come on, get it! EO's recharging, EO's recharged. Yeah, that Selena is pretty oppressive just off its own. Like, he's getting 200 per shot off that. And that can go up to 500. Alright, so there we go. Surprisingly, that beat it just fine. Whatever. Man. Now, is this going to be the same chief from AC3 is the question. But again, that's the joys of Formula Front. Sometimes the stuff that should win by no means does it. Oh yeah, so what I was trying to say on the Xehanort side of things, though, it looks like they're actually going out of their way to try to make sure that the AI doesn't do anything cheesy this time around. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, this is just a straight-up slugging match. If he gets one parry in, though, he's toast. Or if he gets time to use his Selenas. Wow. Yeah, he just missed... Okay, he missed one of his grenade shots, but he ended up catching up just because of that. He switched over to his other gun real quick. So, not going to try burst that one. What I want to do is see how the snipey one would have done against that one. Like, if we basically just counted as saying that he would have used his EOs and won, if he didn't decide to literally bumble around for a minute and 12 seconds. Because that is some next level what the hell even happened there. 800 health. No, EOs, I need to save them. But there's 10 seconds left in the fight. No, I need to save them for lunch. And then we'll go ahead and do the last team. Just because I want to do that at U-Run. Right. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Odds are he won't be able to nail one of those napalm rockets. It's a total crapshoot whether he can do that. But still. Yeah, I'm not sure why this build has spread rockets. I feel like micros might give him a better chance of nailing his napalm shots. But yeah, he's getting shredded by the Fenrir. The other stuff just kind of planks, but that thing will completely tear him a new one. Alright, there we go. And now we can go ahead and hop over to fight for team number 5. So, I don't even know how to count that one. Whatever. We'll just say that's... We'll say it's a loss. But, a loss for dumb reasons. Anyway. Moving on. So, Ovaltex, the evolution of Ovaltine. Alright, so we got a fresh team for this one. So we'll get Mr. Mac back in here. Okay, it looks like... Oh, dual BPs. I see how we're doing here. So we got maximum filth status over here. The snipey one might have a chance here, but this guy will have none unless he gets a parry in somehow. So those dual BPs are complete bullcrap. Interestingly, not going for the napalms, but going for the, going for those, doubles. Or, not doubles, but, the scatter mines. Yeah, he would have to actually run out of shots in order for the Mac to win here. And the problem is the BPs are just, you know, too accurate, too fast, too many shots. If those things were rebalanced, I would argue that they need to be about 20 shots or so. So that's still in the books for some point, by the way. I'm still thinking at some point, if I can figure out hex editing, I would like to. Oh, and also I should probably pick a new map on. Yeah, we need to finish this off on the snow. The snow came down and covered all the hills. But yeah, anyway, so I forgot what I was talking about. Brain's a little bit fried today. Such things happen. Now, the snipey guy can potentially win this. CAC's name is Winchester 6. It's actually a sentence? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So yeah, he can keep up. I'm not sure if he can win it, but he's at least got a better chance than the others here, because the BPs are slightly worse at this range. So he can at least get more shots per second, but even still here, like they dominate at close range, they dominate at long range. Their main limitations don't even matter, because the BPs are complete cheesiness incarnate. Okay, where was this maximum evasion status before? Oh wow, he actually got him. Nice. Is it gonna be drink more? Okay, please butter and bread Ovaltex. Or Ovaltex bread and butter, please. Alright, so Snipey's still in it then. Ovaltex is gone. Let's get bread in here. Is Ovaltex the same thing as Ovaltine? Like, is it that, kind of like somewhere between, I guess, dry coffee and chocolate milk? Okay, we got burst linears, we got tri-missiles, and we got a bazooka. So he's going for stun and heat. No idea what he's got built into there, but I think Snipey's gonna handle this business. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on now. Oh, it's coming down to the wire again. Oh, and he just gets him. He gets him with a Fenrir snipe at the last second. Alright. Next we got And. Let's do this thing. Love how we have Administrator playing for this. It's like the game new. Snipe. What's this guy's deal? Okay, finally we got a railgun quad. I was wondering when I might see one of them. Yeah, he's got the heavy one by the looks of it. Usually end up seeing the light on the quads. He's out of energy. It's fine. Because again, out of energy doesn't really matter too much for this guy. Yeah, if you're wondering why makes the railgun so good, it's mostly because they've got, like, they're very slow to fire, but the shots are almost undodgeable. Right, come on, Fenrir. Carry this fight, please. He's got to out DPS that railgun. And by the way, if you're wondering why the Metal Gear didn't have the actual railgun, it's because the LX is a lot stronger, and the fact that the railgun takes time to fire, which the AI can't be bothered to do. So, moving on. Let's do this one. Alright. Long range spread sniper, that's weird. Not sure why he's going for... He has to be going for close range, right? He's looking like he's functioning off a defensive AI. But I don't think he'd have the armor or... Like, he'd have to be close range. This guy would have to be a counter to, like, say, a flamethrower build. Yeah. Earlier file name is Javelin 4? Okay. Gotcha. Use the middle AC. Isn't this the middle AC? This is the middle AC. Okay, so this is the last one. This is gonna have to be a tank. Judging by those stats, this... Actually, no, wait, no. It's not a tank at all. It's, Yeah, defense is on the left, but I think it had max energy. No, it is a tank. Okay. I'm thinking of the numbers wrong. Oh, no, it's a linear hover. It's mobility that was an S. Okay, interesting to even see a hover build on here, to be honest, because hovers are notoriously kind of on the bottom tier. Yeah, he's toast. I almost wonder if there's a sensible way to rebuild this with like a Sawa or something. Like, I would think using maybe the lefty linear rifle, then he might have some other sniping issues. It's usually good to have a snipe on the left, because they take the extra time to actually lock on. So there we go, that's all those teams done. We can go ahead and save this one, see if we can maybe refine it a bit more later. And I think it's time to at least start that adieu run. So, here, I can go ahead and turn the music off now. Let's go ahead and make that go away. And we're going to go ahead and stop emulation for that one and start AC3. So while this amazing intro plays, and I can switch this over to AC3 now. There we go. Let's change you over to AC3. There we go. Update to AC3. So while that's happening, I will be right back. Enjoy the greatest intro ever made, and see you soon. Alrighty, and back. So, let's see. Sadly, I would have thought that you would do other teams after I beat that one. Well, because technically it depends on how you count it. Because yeah, the first, second, okay, let's see. First one had the issues with that one guy, but it was basically a clean sweep, first through third with the latest version of the team. 5 was a pretty clean sweep, and then there was just that one guy in number 4, in which I guess it depends on whether you want to count it as AI shenanigans or not, because for some reason today, every time that I try to do it, they refuse to use their EOs. There's only one guy that would use his EO. Their AI tendencies, I mean, they don't have anything blocking it. It's like if you go through the optional chips and stuff like that, there would be ones that specifically read out like EOs and things like that. It's actually why, personally, I prefer just not to use chips whatsoever. But yeah, there's nothing that would be preventing them from using them, but they are still deciding that they didn't want to. And in most cases, they'll still try to use them from really inappropriate ranges and everything too. Like the laser ones, okay, those ones oftentimes have a limitation that I think they mixed up the preferred range between those ones and the MGs, because the MGs will gladly fire from like a mile away, but then the mid laser EOs will typically only try to fire at close range. But even when he was in close range, he was still refusing to use them for the most part. So I couldn't tell you why. Um, like for all intents and purposes, he should have won that fight. But even then, let's see. I was noticing that about the lawn AC. I think it's a map. Yeah, it could have been the map. Many of the maps bug out. Like I'd say, probably the one with the planes, the one that we started everything on. That map definitely has bugs as far as the AI acting weird on it. The one with the grasslands, it depends. Um, it really just depends on that one. Sometimes they act weird, sometimes they don't. A kind of a crapshoot. For all of the super close range maps, those are just broken by their sheer design. There are some really cool ones that they didn't actually release into the game, but are in the file. So again, those are on the PS2 version, which just it sucks. Like they had some really cool ones. Like they had one that's like it kind of looked like a town square from AC2. Like you know how they had those big city maps and they had those ones where it's like a big open plaza, and so they had ones that it was basically that. It was just like a small city block, and it was a really cool map. And yeah, nothing. They had another one that was like a beach, and that one looked really cool too. See, in the past that AC used to lose so much. Yeah, it's mostly because of the Sawa, uh, especially the map that it was fighting everything on. Just like the Sawa always excels in really like short engagements and that kind of thing. And in that case, he was just getting exactly what he needed. But yeah, that one's pretty solidly built. It's a pretty solid evasion sniper. So okay, let's go to hard mode. Start this run. Oh wait, I keep trying to. Ah! Now I'm used to using circle to select things. Okay, hard mode. Next we go. So this is gonna be adieu. And yeah, at some point I'll get my 100% files back and we'll be doing randomizers again. Or blenderizers, whatever. One entity ruled the world!
It was simply called the controller.
Oh my god, it's portable!
The
Anyway.
controller handled the major decisions.
Yes. It handled everything. It was all sweet. They're gonna go over the mission one more time, but they're gonna do it really, really fast. Targets are MTs, etc. And then we can just basically... Okay, first up, are my buttons right? No, my buttons are not right, so let's get that fixed right away. D-pad down, put that sucker on a trigger. Right. We gotta be a due, so we can't have that missile launcher. On top of that, he always has to do everything himself, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Appleboy here. If you didn't know, you can eliminate Appleboy.
I'm on your side.
If you say so, buddy. You seem like a traitor. Anyway, so I'm gonna put the extra limitation that no AI help can be used. Yeah, I didn't want to lock onto him. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of limitations on this one, but the Adieu build is functionally one of the worst I've ever seen in the series. In fact, I still would say it's the worst, because it's got a rifle that doesn't do its job. It's just basically got a crappy blade. It's still using starter internals. Doesn't use any optionals. And then on top of that, as if it didn't suck hard enough, he decides to go for heavier legs to make it even slower. What a champion. But again, he is technically... technically he could have won that 200 AC tournament. Or by some math, you could say that he tied for first place. See, what a dick. He totally swung at us first. No! Don't lock onto that. Hopefully we get the reinforcement pod. I don't think we will, though, because it's taken too long. Yeah, we got the second MT pod. Yeah, speedrunning this thing is weird. Because you always got to do this one deliberately slow, but exactly slow in a weird way. In order to avoid the big beefy pod. See, now you might be wondering, why did you kill off Appleboy?
AC2 destroyed. AC1.
Like, they specifically even confirm, like, oh man, Appleboy is super dead. Well, that's the thing, he's not. He comes back all the same. He doesn't care. Not gonna let a little thing like dying get in his way.
Not bad for a newcomer.
Alright.
You've shown potential. Welcome to the fold, Raven.
We're a fold! We became an origamis. Let's see. Past AC so much. Good luck and enjoy this. The lock-on would be slightly smaller. Yep, that's... Yeah, with hard mode, you have ACs, or rather AC fights during missions. They come in at full health instead of, I believe they start at half or 3/4 health. So what we're gonna do here, we are just some chuckle boy right now. So we need to go fight the champion. We got to go fight a Dio over here. The funny part is his original version, and we'll just fight him on any map, who cares? The original version of a Dio had a really awesome gray color scheme, and then they gave him a white one for this one, so he's got his sky colors more prominently. So yeah, we're just some random chuckle boy here that happens to share the same name, but we're about to become a very tragic statistic in the arena. We're gonna go assume his identity. Like seriously, a Dew's build is just so bad, it's amazing. That's why when Cow and I were talking about it, I was like, what can you do that's, you know, somehow more difficult than a parry run or a starter AC run or anything? Like a parry run, sure, you know, it's annoying. It's more annoying than it is difficult. Because as soon as you hit something, you know, you're doing pretty alright. Blade run, you've got infinite ammo, and you're doing pretty okay damage. You can, you know, get some interesting builds going. This guy, by the way, he, because of his general slowness and everything else, he's actually really hard to hit with melee at times. So we're just gonna do this. See, when I played this, I started off with machine gun and howitzer. Yeah, that stuff is, I mean, that's basically a speedrun build right there. The best thing you can do early on, and actually, like, the best build you can build right off the bat, is the power machine gun. Like, if you go and fight, like, let's say Dew, or you go and, you know, get some amount of money right off the bat, your best startup is the heavy MG. You swap out your legs for the hover legs. So, like, for example, the speedrun route that I preferred best was you get the heavy MG and you get the hover legs. You sell your legs, you sell the blade, you sell the missile, radar, and you sell the rifle. You get the heavy legs, you get the hover legs, which are inexplicably cheaper than your starting legs, and you get the howitzer. All three of them are pretty friggin' cheap, and yeah, you can you can wreck faces with that. So yes, we have now assumed a Dew's identity. So okay, we're gonna get over to our build here. So first things first, these legs are for chumps. We need our big beef boy legs. We need to go get rid of all this. I think technically speaking, we might have already been able to just get the entire build going. I'm not sure, but figure we might as well fight him first, because by canon, he's the one that went. Wait a minute. Son of a Baconator, are they not ready? No, there they are. Yeah, 35k. Braxton, buddy! Congratulations, that is 3/4 of the water bowl. Please go lay down. It is not that hot in here for you. Okay. And there we go. That is our entire build. This piece of crap right here. With a solid ranking of D. Like you may notice, like even our defense really didn't go up that much. Like, okay, let's compare this real quick, right? So standard EDFs that you start with got a weight of let's say 1900, and then armors of 500 and 500. So you're pretty balanced across the board. These chunky things got a weight of 2400, so you're just basically packing an extra 400 weight on there, get an extra 200 shell at the cost of 100 energy, and then just, yeah, a ton of weight. So he's got great shell defense for the most part. I don't believe this one has the split yet. No, it just has total defensive points, because that tells you anything. And yeah, no optional, so now we gotta go ahead and copy that color scheme. So, let's go for the sample colors right here. If we go for the white one, and we basically just go for one of these here. Go for the black. I'm gonna go double check the colors real quick, because it should just be that, and then we switch over to some blue. Man, he doesn't even load. Wrong adieu. Alright, so we need light blue, and then we need white on the third color, actually. Except we're gonna go for his old color scheme. So, as much as that thing's nifty, for his everything here, we're gonna go for his old color scheme. It just looked nicer. Let's go for the gray one here. That looks pretty okay as it is. So this looks a lot closer to his actual color scheme. Then all we need to switch this to a little bit darker shade of orange. So we're just gonna go. Oh yeah, right. I can't use square for that. Fine. That goes to 170. That goes to about there. That looks about right. This blue needs to be a little bit darker. Actually, no. It needs to be a little bit lighter. What am I doing? It's kind of hard to get his shade of blue. Nah, that's a little bit too much. Okay, we gotta gray it out a little bit. It's gotta be just that faded blue. Let me, you know what, let me pull it up. It might be a little bit easier to see. I'm not sure why he was gray in the original, but such is how it is. Like, I think they wanted the sky colors, except he just couldn't afford white paint. That's the way I like to see it. Alright, so let's see here. First of all, I think we're actually going for the wrong color scheme here. Yeah, actually, yeah, this needs to be gray entirely. So we got 90, 90, 90. We're going to go ahead and go for full 90s here as well. So 90, 90, 90. There you go, full gray. Now for optional, let me see. Yeah, that's those ones. So then our base color, that's the one that needs to be kind of bluish. Okay, that's a little bit too purple, so we want it to be more blue. We need it to be like a baby blue, so we're gonna go down on this a little bit, and there we go. There we go. And then for this one, it's actually more of a yellow, so I was actually wrong on that. There we go. And there we go, that's our adieu. Hang on, armored. Let me see if I can copy his emblem. I think there was a cheat for that. Like, I think it was hold select or something for copying emblems. If not, we'll go for something else. Like a birdie. There we go. It's a sweet birdie, sure. Now, you might be wondering, why the hell are you doing this? Well, because, quite frankly, every other kind of weird run, as far as starter ACs and everything else, that's kind of reached its epitome at this point. Like, at this point, there are multiple people that I know of that have gone and done the whole starter AC thing using no AI help whatsoever. So, using no AIs, no optionals, no anything really, is kind of... oh yeah, and using a Dew seems to be kind of the next step in that. Not to mention hard mode. So, we're going to go for Defend Arena. You can't help using an AI helper for this one. They just sort of show up, whether you ask them to or not. So what I need to do is I need to use a blade on the Walkie Boys. A rifle on these ones. The thing is, his only infinite damage source is this crappy blade. And A, energy's an issue, and getting close is an issue. Even more so than the starter AC, because he is slower than a starter AC. He's one chunky, beefy, clunky boy. And unfortunately, that extra defense, well, it doesn't matter too much. Like, he can shrug off some smaller stuff, but that's really not going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things, because usually it's lasers that are scary. No, I have zero idea how I'm going to get past Hell Hallway, even if we ever get there. Alright, whatever, we're just going to leave that guy be for the moment. This turning around would take ages, because we can't get a turn speed upgrade. And yeah, the flutter trick is kind of our best bet for getting around quickly. We can only pull it off, I would say, every half minute or so. And unfortunately, the heat from that is pretty intense as well. So it's going to be pretty dangerous. It's probably going to be the only way to get through Death Hallway. Probably going to need to get some lucky stuff going on there. And now, you might be wondering why exactly I'm conserving ammo so much. The fight's not going to be going on too much longer. Well, here's the thing. See, Adieu, at least this version of him, clearly can't even afford the white paint to finish his color scheme. And the guy just needs to be able to pay rent. As you know, rent in this universe is very expensive. Presumably, if you're going down to Walmart to get your parts, well, you dick. You just came in and interrupted my little thing with a cutscene. Just immediately got shot down to the ground, but I get to keep my overheat. Thanks, Guidos, you dick. Also, we don't want to share our money with anyone, so Guidos can die too. I'm going to try to betray every single AI in this game. Because again, Adju's a loner. He doesn't like people coming in and trying to steal his paycheck. Alright, thank you, delayed controls. And yeah, you can get him into the corner here, and that's when you would really lay into him. But this turn speed is so amazingly bad. Like, if he decides to go backwards, well, rip speed. Ah, I thought that was it for him. It is not even sparking yet. He's taking a solid few missiles here. Just took a bazooka shot. Except his little baby MT bazookas, so not so much. Oh, come on, controls! What's going on with you? Why are you lagging? No lagging allowed. Actually, it's not even the controls. This blade sometimes just doesn't fire. I don't know if it's meant to be a feature or if it's just buggy. But it's some next level amount of crappy. There we go. He's taking plenty of missile fire at the very least. I think the best thing I've ever seen was one time that I managed to get him in the middle of his talking at the end there. Okay, so he's having issues. He's sparking. Nice. See? Okay, that's funny. That's funny, because the MTs actually killed him, and he had a different thing for that. I've never seen that before, as weird as that sounds. Right. Whoa. So yeah, before I've done the whole betrayal thing, but yeah, I've never seen him actually have that different dialogue there. Also, be right back. Little man's upset, so one sec. Alrighty, hello again, folks. So, quick thing. Let me see if this is here. Because I kind of wonder if... I could have sworn their emblem actually shows up here at some point. Yeah, I guess not. I don't remember how that all happens then. I could have sworn there was some way to copy emblems. Let's see if we just go over here. See if you mash select and every other button at once. What happens? Nothing. Okay, whatever. Let's do more missions then. Okay, standoff. We don't need any help. As before, we're gonna try to do everything solo. Oh, okay, hang on. Also, I should probably have the window up, shouldn't I? I'm over here trying to play it through the playback window on another computer. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this a little bit laggy? It's like, that might be why, huh? And yes, I know, I'm immediately throwing away all that ammo efficiency. Ah, almost got it, whatever. Hop slashes are generally your best friend. Especially with getting extra damage out of this tiny blade. So, again, the reason that I said I don't know how often it was going to go exactly is because while that thing is possible with a blade, the starter blade's actual hitbox is too short. So if you're attacking it from the front, it'll just bounce off, but there's not enough speed to attack it from the side. So we'll see what's possible there. I think that's all of them.
That's all of it. Let's head out.
Alright, more missions, more other stuff. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering... Oh, also gotta do 100% success rate on missions. Yeah, so Guido survives that. We can't see Adu just yet. We'll get to that later. Now I'm gonna be quick saving before every mission, just because at some point we're gonna have problems with that. We'll eventually start having failures that you can't really reload from. And yeah, finally, like, just watch a few more years of this, there just finally ends up being a thing where it's like, just maximum overweight, starter blade only, starter internals only, like Iron Man run of the entire series or some crap. Give it some time, we'll get there. I mean, the challenge running community already pulls off some pretty crazy stuff. Oh boy, that, oh, those visuals in this mine mess with my head a little bit. I don't know if it comes through on the playback, but especially on the PSP version, there's just some weird screen tearing that happens, and it looks bad. It's like some PS1 era Kingsfield crap that happens there. What's up, little man? Is your sister refusing to give you Cheerios? As I just noticed I forgot to turn this thing back on. Give him some Cheerios! Runs off. Come get him! Little sassy girl. It happens. It happens. Never mind, she's sharing them now. It's funny, as soon as you tell kids to share something, they'll like immediately get all super clingy. But then suddenly realize, like, oh wait, you know, that didn't give me any extra attention. I guess I'll actually go and share things. Oh, the slowness is truly something else. Like, if they ever release any backstory stuff, the big one I want to see is just Adu. It's like, how does he survive in this universe? Like, you know, tell me Adu's story. It's like, you know what, if they make an AC6 and it winds up being, you know, let's say set right after AC3 for some reason, which, I mean, holy crap, at that point I might actually just launch my wallet through the screen, but whenever it decides to have money in it, that is, but yeah, no, like, that would be amazing. Like, you're just going through a mine shaft or something. It's like, this is where Adu died on the first mission he ever went on. There's just Adu's rifle, and all its stats are just negative somehow. Like, it just somehow makes you way slower while doing less damage, and somehow having energy weapon train on a shell rifle. Also has a heat bonus for some reason. But then inexplicably, shots just don't hit you. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing? Say sorry. Right now. Tell your brother sorry. Good job. And we're going through that phase of gotta push around, little brother. Alright, we got escort transport, which funnily enough we're almost as slow as the dang transport. Gonna go ahead and quick save it just in case this crashes. Funnily enough, PS2 version here, if they hit that first one, sometimes they would just die. Thankfully they fixed that in the PSP remake. Because it was a little bit annoying, because they're like, oh, we sent you in 5 seconds before the thing's slated to die. Just so you know. And I guess technically speaking, this is kind of the run I was talking about a while ago, that some folks were asking, you know, what other limiter runs am I trying to do? It's like, well, this would kind of be the epitome of it, because, I mean, you need some kind of projectile thing in order for it to technically be possible. So basically you need something at range that you can actually manually aim. So for example, missile only would never be possible because you can't actually manually aim those things. Parry only is only technically possible if you allow napalm rockets or something like that. So they have something that you can manually aim to get red props every now and then. And I mean, yes, in those cases you could say, like, you know, just bring in something that allows you to do that, but then, you know, just where do you draw the line there is kind of the question. Just gonna run over that minivan for no reason. Who knows why there's a just derelict highway here with minivans all over the place. It was just the rapture of the soccer moms. Presumably these are all the people that came by and got all their insurance claims but left their car. I mean, can you file insurance claims for a friggin' killer supercomputer just deciding that your entire district doesn't exist? So what do the people in 513 do? What you doing? Are you throwing the ball around? There. Well, now it's over there. They're gonna take it from there. Neato. So there's your speed reference for the day. Never let it be said that Armored Core didn't like referencing movies. Okay, Employee Rebellion 2.
There are 4 generators spaced throughout the factory. Get moving.
Save all those credits from not having to buy parts. Yeah, he's just doing this to be able to afford rent. It's just every day, because it's like $3 million or something for their monthly rent. I mean, if you think about it, that's really the one thing that's never really addressed in this universe. Is like, what are the living costs? Because if people are just basically taking... If an actual acceptable mercenary position that apparently people coming out of, say, laid-off positions, like in the case of Clayson, he's literally a dude that's laid off. And they're like, yeah, no, just take the tests, we give you a starting robot, and then you become a mercenary. Like, if it's cheap enough that they're able to do that, their economy must be doing amazing. So, you know, makes you wonder. I'd love to do some theory crafting sometime on the logistics of the economy in this universe. Like, especially taking the timeline consideration into account. Actually, I need to look at it, because that would be like FromSoft to put hints there like that. And yeah, I think we'll go ahead and use the elevator this time. This thing almost never gets used. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that run the game regularly forget this elevator even exists. Or that there's a button for it. Fast forward is your friend. Except never try to turn while fast forwarding. Maybe that fast forward run is a terrible idea. Blink, blink, blink. And I think I mentioned this prior, but this is functionally the kind of AC equivalent of the knife-only run for that you always see in Armored Core. Or not Armored Core, but in Resident Evil. It's like it used to be pistol and knife only, because at some point people considered the pistol to be a terrible weapon in that game. Which, honestly, I'll never understand why. It's like my very first time playing through Resident Evil 1, it kind of became pretty obvious almost immediately that the pistol, for whatever reason, stun locks most enemies, which includes the hunters, which nothing else seems to really do. So there's runs like, oh man, you need stuff like the grenade launcher or whatever else to even beat them. It's like, or, here's another thing, you can just kind of shoot them once with a pistol, wait for them to recover, shoot them again, and it's like one magazine per hunter. You've got like 15 of them at the very least by that point. They're usually just kind of building up stock in the background, and it tends to work really well. I'm really not sure why that didn't come up more often, but oh well. Yeah, if you're ever looking for Resident Evil 1, like which version to play, like, and you don't want to do the remake for whatever reason, like, remake is awesome, but man, the DS version was just on point. It's fine, you can share. Alright, we'll do a little bit of plinking. This is the one where we're just going to go ahead and fall off a bridge. There you go, that's gone, that's gone. How 3 people take 4 shots? Who knows? How they function as one unit is anyone's guess. And yes, I know about the pancake head, don't worry. No, we're not grabbing the pancake head, though. Oh, he's getting tricky, he's trying to shove me in the hole. Actually, no, this side doesn't fall down, it's the other one that falls down. But he was already dead. So we'll go ahead and wait for everything to recharge here, go hop over to the other side. Hello. Slash slash. Should only be one here. And then just one walkie boy up here. Or 2 of them, rather. And this part's hilarious. This is... Oh, no! Ah, dang it. Didn't get it that time. We were too slow. 2 boosts is usually enough to get past the bridge there. But later on down the line... Or not down the line, but this is why in other games they always force you to land in order to have that cut off so you're not goofily flying off the edge as soon as the mission ends. I'd argue that's a bit of a downgrade, but whatever. They also removed the left-hand firing animation glitch, which again, I think it's awesome. You can end the fight aiming a howitzer at somebody. Actually, I think I pulled that off in multiplayer once. Again, we can only use that a couple times, unfortunately. This takes this radiator so long to recover from heat that we're going to be overheated for a good long while. It's like right there, if I used it right now, we'd overheat. We're getting a good 300-ish, and I think it's 500 or so, that's the threshold for this one. Now, you might be wondering earlier, when I was saying that a projectile was absolutely necessary for a run of this game, it's actually not because of these floaty guys. Like, you can hit these with a parry blade eventually. It's annoying, but you can do it. What you can't do, though, is destroy props in a lot of cases. And for example, some of them, if they're, like, say, a lower position or something like that, you just can't really do anything about it. The convenient thing is that later on, or rather, you know that one with a boat? Like, where you have to go underneath and rescue a boat and whatever else? Or rescue some stuff out of the bottom of a boat? The convenient thing there is that, yeah, you can actually just step on the button. I actually never knew about that until Cal pointed it out a while ago. Alright, that guy's not even going to be an issue. You should take 1 or 2. Or 3, because this blade damage is inconsistent. Might fail this. Alright, good.
Thanks for the help.
Good, good, good. It's the one time an actual defending situation happened instead of assaulting them beforehand. Because we're too slow to get to them normally. Alright, save it again. Destroy escaping MT. Sure, but I'm not 100% sure this one's even possible. Oh, crap. Ditch the blade, because we're not going to need it. No, we're not going to fire on him just yet. Need to wait for him to get to the final stretch, so we'll go ahead and get a couple shots in here. I think 4 should be fine. Because, yeah, we basically won't have any more to actually do another overboost until we go into charging. Not even enough to do a feather boost. Okay, so it's right after he gets past these doorways. Alrighty. Yes.
The real target is up ahead.
Wait, what? Oh, dang it. Got played. Yeah, it's the next set of doorways. Man, I'm rusty. Whatever, it's fine. We got it. Do another save. Destroy bridge. I mean, alright, fine. We were just here fixing it, but if you say so. Don't need weapons for this one.
Hurry up and set the charges.
Thankfully, due to our ridiculous shell defense, these guys should just blink off entirely. This one's never really much of a threat. The only time that you can ever lose something is just miss out on spread howitzer. I don't think anyone's actually legitimately ever lost this one, unless they didn't know the controls or something. But yeah, getting 2 of those monorails in the time that it takes to get the bridge, that's what does it. Now, the big question here is, why do they need those monorails gone in the first place? What the hell kind of douchey crap is that? Because, I mean, they're already getting rid of the bridge that the monorails are on. It's friggin' monorail, so presumably it's not a very long distance thing. At least I think that's how it works.
All demolition charges planted.
Get inside! I was like to try to get through this door before the mission ends. It would be kind of cool if you got there before it ended, if everything in the background just went down. What you doing? What you got there? Can you bring that here? Can I see it? Oh, okay. Never mind. We are eating Cheerios with a fork. Perfectly understandable. By the way, you were saying about saving all that money by not having to buy parts? Yeah, we are hemorrhaging money with every mission. Okay, eliminate infiltrators. That one's gonna suck. I'd rather not do it. So we're basically going to be buying and selling parts just to even go positive. So I guess the real challenge run here is actually having some money left by the end of it. Because it's just, the thing is, he has extra armor, sure, but that also means higher repair costs. Not to mention this rifle ain't exactly the cheapest either. I don't need that anymore.
Gate 6 opened.
Alrighty. Wonder how many speedruns have gotten screwed by the helicopter right there. Taking those bazooka shots right away. So if you've got hover legs, and you've got, if you're doing the whole feather glitch thing, at that point, did I already pick up the parts? I might have. At that point, you can just feather your way over to this one. The legs actually don't help that much. You have to have had a generator upgrade by now. But either way, it's again one of those things that's technically possible. And yeah, you can't really hit these guys. You can get them from the side, like about here-ish. Right now, oh, hang on. should be all good now. By the way, can anyone tell me how the audio's doing? Because it seems like it's probably a little too loud. I'm gonna go turn it down there just in case. Anyway, so there's no need to actually fight these things. They're just kind of showing that they're a bit wonky to hit. PS2 version's a little better with that. Because in this one, apparently it's actually counted in like basically contact per frame. Whereas in the original, I believe it was just the blade in general. Because I think it had more physical space to it. Like in this one, the blade deploys. Like for example, right here, every one of those little sparks would be an individual hit. So the more of those hit, you know, the more stuff actually happens. So every frame it attempts to do damage in kind of a sweeping arc there that has a tendency to miss a lot of the time. I'm not sure if it's actually random in terms of its hit area. Like, let's see. I mean, it might be. I can't really tell for sure. You have just enough space in this hallway from most builds to be able to hop over these little MTs. And there we go.
The canister is secure. I'll notify Mirage.
Definitely seems like they could have just had somebody climb down here and disable that thing, but sure. Now, I might be mixing these up, but I think Mirage actually were the same ones that requested that bridge gone, so that'd be a little bit bizarre. So, like, quick, go, like, annihilate this monorail and everything else. We'll pay you extra for every monorail, hee hee ha ha. And then they're like, oh, we gotta go protect the water. Alright, so this is another one of those ones where you technically can't really use the blades against tanks. Because it just won't work, even though one could argue you could just slice the barrel right off. It won't hit, so, you know, shenanigans. I mean, you can slightly get them with the very edge. So it's more like it's just really annoying to do so. But the quote-unquote final boss of this area, yeah, okay. He's funny. That Crossback is probably my second favorite would-be champion of the Soul series. Just because of everybody. Like, you can tell he's only there because they couldn't afford anyone else and or didn't have enough influence to get anybody else. So they're just like, quick, we found somebody in friggin' future Craigslist. he said he's technically passed the exam somehow. It's like, what's his loadout? Well, it looks like he's built entirely out of stuff you'd find in a garage sale. Like, yeah, whatever, close enough. It's like, I think the ultimate team for this series would be like you, Crossback, and then Flamefly from AC5. It's kind of weird that they didn't bring that trope. Actually, no, they did bring that trope back a bunch of times because there was also 8 Ball from AC2. AC4 had, or not AC4. 4 Answer had Don Colonel or Don Colonel, as I prefer to call him, just because, you know, Homestar and whatever. But yeah, so you had that there. You had, I think is what's his face, Birth Bomb in Nexus. I guess Moo in Last Raven. Just the ultimate team of just complete nobodies that shouldn't have even survived in that universe. And yeah, then I didn't see one in Verdict Day. Actually no, there was Football Guy in Verdict Day. So yeah, VD had Football Guy. He's just basically a guy with a football helmet and just dual axes for his weapons. All he does is charge forward. Most of the time he loses within a few seconds. What's wrong, Munchy Mans? What you doing? He's over here trying to squeeze the life out of a pillow. So as you can see, you know, Mr. Crossback here, big threat. Just the biggest of threats. And so what I'm counting as a completion for this run is basically getting to the top of both arenas, or at least the basic arena. We'll see if I do doubles arena. Just less for challenge, because usually the doubles arena is easier than the singles. But just more of the fact that it's kind of annoying sometimes if the AI decides to act weird. Not to mention this guy has nothing to really support another AC with. Just do this for the sake of overheat. Gonna speed this process up a little bit. I'm not terribly good at blading, but I'm decent enough at it. I mean, we're still above 7,000. This guy isn't even close to a threat. He's pretty much almost out of shots, too. And yeah, you might be wondering why am I not doing more tracking cuts. I just prefer to do the ground cuts because I can predict movement a bit better. So yes, it's not as efficient, it's not as good, it's just personal preference on that one. Alright, that time I meant to cut, but I got interrupted by a rocket. That is their main purpose in this one. Which is sad, despite everything else, this build still gets stunned by small rockets. It's like friggin' nothing gets stunned by small rockets. It's like, how do you manage to be built entirely for shell defense and have no stability? What is your deal? Yeah. He's got decent energy defense. I mean, there's that. Got that going for him. Well, I mean, I meant to cut there, but sure, try to unlock the gate. Come here, Crossback. Come on now. He's already sparking. That was just glitchy. Done. Yeah, I have no idea why anyone hired him either. And again, I don't know why this guy is currently hired. What's going on is next level disappointment. Alrighty. And I think we'll be wrapping this up pretty soon here, as we take another 1,000 loss. Let's go sell some stuff. Go have a garage. Actually, no way, we're not taking losses on that. I stand corrected. Okay, we did pick up the 45s. I wasn't exactly sure that we did. In fact, yeah, you know what? I might as well just kind of call it there for the day. And yes, I do have... This is a new setup, so I don't have any of my old files, so that's why we're going for completely fresh saves here. But alrighty then, so we'll go ahead and leave that there for now. You guys have a fantastic one. I'll see you next week for more Armored Core type stuff. As far as the schedule going forward, it kind of depends how it'll go. Tuesday I'm planning to continue the FFT run. Don't worry, that hasn't disappeared anywhere. It's still around. It's just... Again, stuff's been weird. So yeah, continuing that on Tuesday. On Monday should be more X Division, and yeah, whenever they lift the embargo on Xeno 2, we're going to be doing more Xeno 2. So, thank you guys for stopping by, have a fantastic one, and take care.